A week after my 17th birthday, I was diagnosed with cancer. And I was just in shock. And my doctor, a nurse practitioner, and 3 surgeons walk in the room. And he's like, there's a thing that I tell all of my patients. I can't tell you why you got cancer, and I don't know what you did to deserve to get it, but you probably did nothing, and we're gonna hope that you're gonna be okay. And I looked at him and I was like, I have an amazing God who's gonna do something really cool through this, and I know I'm gonna be okay. And I don't think anybody in the room was expecting that answer, because they all looked at me, they're like, oh, okay. And he said, all right, you're gonna do the thing. I said, yep. I did 6 months of chemo, but I didn't let that stop me from stealing my joy. I still went to school. I played a full season of soccer. I still was on worship at my youth groups, and I made honor roll for the first time in my life without letting my teachers give me an extension on anything. And I was really proud of myself, and I was really thankful that I got to get through that. And I kind of was back to where I was when I was 7, like on fire for the Lord, wanting to live my life fully for Him, because He just got me through probably one of the hardest things that a human can go through, in my opinion. And then I got to college and realized that life gets worse, and things get harder, and hardships get way more hard. And it wasn't until I was sexually assaulted my second month of college, and then the power was taken away in the matter of seconds by a random guy that I met 2 days prior. And I had never felt so alone, so disgusting. I hated myself for letting someone have that power over me. I was raised to be a strong, independent Latina woman, and from my mom, who ran her own business from when I was little, and I had never felt weaker. I didn't feel Jesus anymore. I just didn't care at that point anymore. And I left the school because I'm not being filled. You tell me you're gonna give me Jesus, but you're not giving me Jesus. So I'm leaving. I'm not gonna stay here anymore. I feel unsafe. I feel unwanted, unloved, uncared for. I'm leaving. And I was back to square one when pre-chemo, pre-cancer, and I was just home and living at home, doing nothing, not caring. And I moved here. I moved in with my best friend of 12 years. We met in middle school in Wisconsin, where I'm from. And she moved here about 5 years ago with her mom. And we had always talked about living together in high school. And I booked a ticket during the pandemic, and I called her. I said, hey, cool if I move in with you? She said, yep, book a ticket. So I did. And I uprooted my entire life in Georgia, where my family was, and moved all the way across the country, knowing 3 people in a city I've only visited twice, with no church, no job, no car, nothing. And this was the first time in a very long time where I really said, okay, God, whatever you have for me, you have for me. And I had told people all my life, I'm like, yeah, whatever God has, I'll do it. And not really believing it, not really meaning it, because I was in a place where I didn't believe that He had good intentions for me. And this is the first time where I was like, okay, God, whatever you have for me, you have for me. And it's not been easy. We're not called to an easy life as Christians. We're not called to a comfortable life, but living in that uncomfortability is where we get closer to who Jesus is and what He has for us and His love for us. And I'm thankful for the uncomfortability, and I'm thankful for the hard times, and I'm thankful for the Job story that's gone on in my life, and I'm thankful for what's going to be at the end. And God's still working, God's still doing things, and I'm just excited to see what He has for me, because right now I'm sitting pretty in His presence, and I'm living every second of it.